Hello everybody, Sergeant Solch here, and welcome back to another How to Rust, and today we're going to be looking at the planter boxes. Now the planter boxes are brand new with Devlog 140, and there's some questions that I've heard from people when they're asking about how do you place it, what's the best way to place it, is it better inside, is it better outside, etc, etc, etc. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and check out what they say on the devlog to kind of answer some of those questions. Even though you can read it for yourself and the link will be in the description, I'm just going to go ahead and cover a few things. So as it says, planter boxes added to the game, come in both the small and large variety, though only the large made it in this patch. As you see on the right side of the video, that is what the small looks like. Basically, as you see here, it's a third of the large. That's really all it is. Moving on, they also have easy to use placement guides for plants, so you can sow seeds at their optimal distance. What that means, so we take some seeds here. If I go ahead and I take my seed and plant it, it'll show you exactly where you want to put it, which means that in a large box like this, you can only plant 9 plants. Now with the hemp, which is really cool, it actually shows you what it looks like when it's fully grown up. I wish the corn and the pumpkins did the same thing. It only shows you the little tiny plant. But at the very least with the hemp, you can see, yeah, this is what the hemp's going to look like. It's basically going to be a pot farm. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put a few down, and then we'll keep reading. So there's 1, 2, and then 3. And then we'll put some corn here, and then we'll put some pumpkins here, I guess. Right there and right there. Okay, moving on. Okay, so putting them in this planter will make them grow 3 times faster than being placed on the ground. Which, if you're basically planting this and you have a couple hours to play, you actually might be able to get them within that certain amount of time, depending on how long you're going to be on and when you plant them. So like for me, if I'm doing a stream and I know I'm going to be streaming for 6 hours, if I put a bunch of plants down, I know more than likely, because they're going to go 3 times faster, I'll probably be able to harvest those plants before I end up getting off. Also, all plants must now be placed at least 1 foot away from each other. Now as you saw when I went to go plant that, it only let me put them so close. Like here, and then there. See? It won't let me go any closer, it won't let me place it in the middle. That's what that means. Next patch, I'll be making it so plants get a bonus for being watered and an even greater bonus from the usage of ceiling lights above them. What that means is basically what's going to happen is they're going to put a wall up, you're going to put a ceiling light above it, and having that growth light above it will end up making them grow faster. And then you're probably wondering, okay, well, how am I going to end up watering it? Well, that's actually fairly easy as well. You're going to go into items and grab yourself a Boda bag, and we're probably going to need some water. Let me see here. Maybe I can steal some water from a water barrel? I don't know if it spawns with water or not when I do it like that. Let me see. It does not spawn with any water. Okay. Basically what you do is you take a Boda bag and then you fill it up with water, no matter where you get the water from. And then you just right click. Pretty easy, right? So, moving on. Now, the one thing that I wanted to show most of this video is placing these planter boxes, because it's a little messed up in my opinion. Wow, look at that, they're already popping up. So, placing them without walls means that you can fit one of these large boxes inside of a single square. So I go ahead and put the walls up. Oh, I can't afford to place it. You'll see that it fits real easy. See? Same with the small. If I go ahead and I put the walls up, everything fits into place, right? It's very easy to keep these contained in your base. However, if you already have the walls up, the spacing between the planter box and the walls prevents it from getting really, really close. So if I move in with my no clip, you can see there's a pretty good gap there. And on the back side, gap's pretty much the same. Because of that gap, it actually prevents you from being able to place walls around it. Also, like I have over here with the small right next to the large, you can't do that. It won't let you place it because they can't overlap like this. And with the wall already here, even if I removed it, it won't fit. It won't fit at all. So that's kind of the one thing that I want to show the developers and say, hey, maybe we need to make a few changes to the spacing around these planter boxes so that you could place them against the wall and not have any issues. So if I remove this wall here, let me place it. Alright, move that wall there too. Come on. Oh, quit being a jerk. Alright, anyway. And then the last thing I want to show is with the small, which isn't in the game yet, However, this is something that will hopefully be fixed in the future when it is added. Is as you can see here, the little outline of what it's supposed to look like when it's placed. It's very thin, and if I move around with my camera here, you can see it's very thin, almost like a bench. Except when I place it, watch what happens. Oh, wait. It grows in size, which means trying to place this thing, you know, when it's growing almost double in size, makes it really difficult to get it to line up correctly. So let me grab a couple more and I'll show you what I mean. Like so. Alright, so I want to try to put this on the edge, just like I have it over here, right? So I can put a wall behind it. So I'm going like this. If I try to line this up perfectly the way it is right now, see how it kind of catches on the foundation edge before it goes red? If I do it like that, now it's overhanging. The wall won't go up. That's kind of an issue. I hope it's one that they end up fixing before they add the small into the game. Let's try to add it right there. Oh, that might be close. Nope, it's still going through it. See, it can be a little difficult to get it to go right. Now we'll try one more time. So basically, if you look at the foundation for the square here, you can see it's basically broken up into 9 squares. If you go a little bit in from the last square like this, I think that's good. I should be able to place it. Well, it's kind of poking through the wall there. So you'll be able to tell that there's one here. However, if I go to this side, yeah, that's poking through, isn't it? What if I made it sheet metal? Well, sheet metal covers it up. So there's a few things that definitely need to be looked at. For the most part, yeah, the small isn't in the game, the large is, and the large will definitely come in handy when it comes to trying to grow your crops up and whatnot, because it's safe in your base. And you don't have to leave an open section of your base to be exposed to the ground in order to grow your stuff now. Basically, all you have to do is just have one of these babies. But if you want to place it in your base, make sure to put it on a foundation before you put the walls up. Otherwise, it's not going to fit in the room like this. So, Sergeant Solge, how to rust. And we're looking at the planters, the large, which is in the game, and the small, which currently isn't. And we'll see you in the next How to Rust video. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you want to see more great content from Private Astro or myself, please hit that subscribe button and click on any of the videos above. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next Sergeant Solge or Private Astro video. Bye-bye.